In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an extra 1,000 to about 3,000 US dollars per month by simply connecting people online. As you can see, this is my PayPal account, and I'm just going to log in quickly and show you that in the past few days I just got paid $450. Here's another business that I recently also worked with, and they sent me 3,000 rands, as you can see right here. And then they also sent me just nearly 7,000 rands for the work that I did for them. So the way that I made this money was by simply connecting people online. Might not make sense what that means right now to you, but I'm going to explain it all in this video. And what I love about this method is that anyone can do this. You don't need any previous skills, you don't need any degree or any qualifications, but all you just need to do is have a desire to make money online. So if the idea of making extra money from setting up a new side hustle sounds good for you, keep watching. My name is Marshall Malaba, and I'm on a mission to expose the income secrets of some of Africa's online millionaires. I want to become one of them, and I want to take you along the journey. If you want to learn how to build an online business, which will give you financial freedom, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every single time I release content just like this, designed to help you achieve financial freedom. Let's go. Without wasting any time, the method that I want to talk about in this video is called drop servicing. Drop servicing is simply the process of connecting people online and getting paid for it. In other words, you are going to be working as a middleman. You're going to be helping people who are service providers to find customers, right? There are people who have got amazing services, like maybe they're graphic designers, video editors, there are people who do social media management. They're out there, they've got these great skills, but they don't have clients. And you know people who need those services. So rather than just being a good Samaritan and just connecting the people, what you want to do is that you want to get paid for helping the people who need these services but don't know where to find them, helping these people to actually connect with the people who are able to do the services. You do it at a commission basis. For example, maybe you know someone who just started a YouTube channel. They are very good at their YouTube products or their YouTube videos, but they don't have an intro, right? What you say to them is like, hey, have you ever considered having a YouTube intro? And then probably they are like, yes, I've thought about it, but I don't know where to get someone to do it. You then go and look for these people. I'll show you where to find these people. You ask them, how much do you charge for doing a YouTube intro? And maybe this person says, I charge maybe $40 US. You then come back to this person and say, hey, I can do the YouTube intro for you. I will do it for you for $100, right? The person says, yes, that's a good price. They pay you your money. You take the money and you go and pay that person. And then when that person is finished doing the video, you then give it to the person who paid you the $100. You pay that guy his $40. You keep the $60 that comes from the $100 that you spent. So that's how drop servicing is actually going to work. So now what I want to do is I want to take you through 4 steps that you need to follow if you want to start this business. And these steps are so simple that you actually can have a working business in the next 24 hours. So the first step that you'll need to take is that you need to figure out what service do you want to offer to people. And so the easiest way to figure out what types of services are actually possible for you to offer is by going to freelance websites to see what other freelancers are already offering. Now, of course, there's so many freelance websites out there. You can just simply do a Google search and just type in freelance websites. But the most favorite one that I always talk about on this YouTube channel is called Fiverr.com. And it's free for you to open an account on Fiverr. You just simply go to Fiverr.com and then you just register, and then you can have a free account. So when you come into Fiverr, what Fiverr will do is that it's going to show you some different, we call them niches or categories of businesses that you actually can start. As you can see here, there's a graphics and design section, and so there's logo design, brand style. I can keep going all over and just looking at all these. These are all different types of businesses that you actually can start and run even as a freelancer, or these are services that you can offer. There's also the digital marketing section, which is one of the most popular and in demand, where you can make lots of money from it. There's also writing and translation. As you can see, all these are the different services that are actually available. There's video animation. You can just simply go through them and see what's of interest to you. There's music and audio, there's programming and tech, there's business, there's lifestyle, and then there's also trending topics. Now, as much as there are many different types of businesses that you can start, there are about 6 or 7 that I usually recommend that you focus on, because those are the ones that are very much easy to find people who need the services. And they'll be very much easy for you, even if you are an absolute beginner, to just jump into and then start seeing some income coming your way fast. So the first one is digital marketing. Digital marketing is very important because it's just basically helping companies to go online, to be seen online, and maybe just to advertise their products. Digital marketing is quite broad. For example, you can look at Facebook marketing, LinkedIn marketing, Twitter. Those are different forms of social media platforms where you'll be helping them to grow organically or using paid advertising. The second one is editing books and documents, because a lot of people write books, or a lot of people write some online content, some documents and all. They need some people who go through their content and actually edit them. It might be easy to write a 300-page book, but it's kind of difficult to know where you're making mistakes, and so you need other people who will then come in and then actually help with the correcting that, and that's what you get paid for. Then there's web design. As I mentioned, that most companies and people need to go online, so they need help with actually setting up websites. So that's something that you can offer. The other good one is also graphic design. Graphic design as in terms of like creating visuals so that companies and individuals can communicate better in the form of flyers, maybe banners, business cards, all those things that help businesses to be seen visually and to communicate better. Then there's social media management, because a lot of people or companies know that they need to be on social media. They are opening social media accounts, but a lot of them are struggling because they're good at running their businesses, but they're not good at in terms of what content should I actually be creating and posting on my social media. So that's another great service that you actually can offer. For a more in-depth explanation in terms of like the best niches that you can try out, you can also just check out this video here that I recorded. And then there's also another video that I also recorded where I actually teach you the number one niche that I think people should start off with. And you can also check it out right here. Let me also throw in at this point that I also have got a free masterclass where I teach people how to run this type of business. It's called the 0 to 1000 Online Business Masterclass, where I teach you how to make your first $1,000 online through this method called drop servicing, simply connecting people online. So if you're interested in extra training that will actually teach you the whole process in depth, like I mentioned, I'm trying to make this video nice and short and straight to the point. But if you want a full training, the link is going to be in the description below. 0 to 1000 Online Business Masterclass. Perhaps I can help you to make your first $1,000 online through this method called drop servicing. Link is in the description. Step number 2 is that once you have figured out what service you want to offer, you then find freelancers who can offer the service. Like I mentioned, you can simply use freelance websites, or even if you know someone who is able to do the work for you directly, then maybe you can work with that person. But in this case, I'm going to be using Fiverr as the main place where we're going to be finding these service providers. And you are not the one who's going to be doing the work. They are the ones who are actually going to be doing the work. So once you come to Fiverr and you've decided, let's just say in this example, we've decided to do a business where we're doing wedding invites for people. So I just simply come here and say wedding invites, right? I can just search there. And then once it pops up there, I can just let it search, and then bang, it's automatically going to show me the people who work as freelancers who do wedding invites. So as you can see here, this first person, I will do wedding invitation, save the date, RSVP, menu, etc. And they're charging $30. Here's another one who's charging $20. Here's another who's charging $10. Here's another who's charging $15. Now, obviously, there are going to be lots of people who are going to be listed here. In order for you to know the best person to work with, there are a few things that you need to look at. Firstly, you want to look at the people who have done many jobs. For example, this one has done 34 jobs. This one has done 62 jobs. This one has done 274. This one has done 73. Only work with people who have done a lot of jobs, because probably if people keep hiring them, it probably means that they've got a high level of quality. Secondly, also look at their ratings. As you can see, they've done 34 jobs and they've got a 5-star rating. Their ratings are always out of best out of 5. This one has also got 5-star. This one has got 4.9. They've done more jobs. This one has got 5-star. If they've got, let's say, maybe 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, the only time I would work with those people is if the ones who have got 5 stars are absolutely too expensive. That's the only time I would work with those people. And let's just say I decide to work with this first one here. If I click on them, their whole profile is going to open up. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will notice that there's also a section where people make comments like just basically reviews, or what they think about these people. Right, if you come here to the bottom, that's where you're going to see the reviews. That's another section where you can then decide whether you want to work with this person. What type of reviews is this person actually getting? The next thing that you also want to take note of is there are different packages that they offer, and these packages will give you an insight into what you should be offering. This person, as you can see here, they are offering a basic, a standard, and a premium. They're saying one card, easy design without complicated elements, JPEG or PNG PSD for an extra pay, right? And then they're charging $30 for that, and it's a 4-day delivery. Their standard is going to be 5 days delivery, 2 revisions, $70, and they're offering maybe 2 different card designs. The next one is going to be premium, which is 3 to 4 different cards, and they're charging $115. So what you're going to be doing is that, like for their basic, since they're charging $30, maybe you can charge $50 or $60, depending on the pricing that everyone else, because you need to do some research and see what generally the market is charging. How much are people in your area actually charging for this particular service? So I'll charge $30 for my basic, and then maybe always charging 70, I can maybe say 150, or it just depends what others are charging, like I mentioned. And then the premium, I'll do the same thing. So you also then want to have these 3 different packages. Step number 3 is that you then need to start finding some paying clients. People want to pay you for your service. You first of all identified your service. Now you have seen that you've got freelancers who are actually available, and they are ready for you to start giving them work. Number 3 is that you start looking for clients. And there are 2 ways that you basically will be finding clients. You'll be using paid advertising, and then you'll be using organic or free advertising. So when we're looking at paid advertising, we're looking at stuff like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter ads or advertising, whereby you're going to be paying those platforms to promote a link or to promote an advert that you have created, and then that advert is going to take them to your website. And I'll talk about having a website right now very shortly. But because most people that are probably watching this video are your absolute beginners, and maybe you don't have money for advertising, the one I want to focus on more is using free or organic advertising. These are just different methods that you can use for free to actually get customers. The first one is that you want to list on as many platforms that allow you to list out your service. For example, locally, we've got what's called Gumtree. You can go there, create a Gumtree account, and then you actually list out your services. For example, I just went to Gumtree, and then as you can see here, when I search for video editing services, let's say that I want to offer video editing services, you notice that some other people have already listed themselves out there. So you want to do the same thing. You go in there, you add some images of what you want to do, and then you just also add a description of what exactly it is that you're going to be doing for people. And so what happens is that these websites get a lot of traffic. Lots of people visit these websites, and potentially you can get some people who are going to, you can also put your phone number there. If you've got your website, you can put a link to your website there. Using the same principle, you can also then go to Facebook. There's Facebook Marketplace. This is, as long as you got a Facebook account, you can do this. You then can go there and create a similar listing whereby you put images and a price and actually describe out what service you're trying to offer to people. And then this is very effective in that, especially people who are in your local area will be able to see your listing. They call them listings, they don't call them adverts necessarily. The third way then that you also then can start getting clients is by simply using Facebook groups. For example, if I want to offer video editing, I need to ask myself the question, who are the people that need video editing services? And so maybe I will look for people who are like maybe getting married or have to do something with weddings. So I'll just simply type in here and say weddings, right? And then I'm just going to come to the bottom here where it says groups. I'm going to click on groups, and basically Facebook is going to list out the groups that are in your areas first, and then it's also going to show you then maybe some groups on a global stage. But also if you're using like these settings here by the left, you're able to then narrow down and say that maybe groups in your area. But you can see here there's weddings on a tight budget, 5,000 and below. There's weddings Cape Town and surrounding areas. There's trial IDs, weddings ideas, Western Cape. There's wedding tips and ideas. What I then can do is that I can join these groups, right? I can join these groups. As you can see, this one's got 2,000 people, this one's got 114,000 people. And when I'm in there, I know that the people who are in those groups are either people who are looking to get married, or they're people who are offering services that have to do with weddings. And so when you are looking at both category of people, they potentially either will need video editing services, or because they are service providers themselves, they will know people who need video editing services. So your job is to simply jump in there, have interactions, have conversations with people, and then start networking, and then you can possibly get some clients. Step number 4 is that once you have got the client, you receive payment and then you get started with doing the work. Like I mentioned, you find your client, let's say you charge them $100 and then the person who's going to actually be doing the work charges you $50. If you're using these platforms like the one I showed you, which is Fiverr.com, they have a process whereby you just can submit the money to the website, right? Fiverr.com, and the freelancer gets told to start doing the work. And then they do the work and then they show you. Then what you then do is that you take what they've shown you and you show it to the client, right? If the client is happy with it and then is satisfied, then you then can tell the website that pay this person, right? So then the person will then get paid their money. In other words, they don't get paid until they have actually done the job. I know a lot of people are going to ask this question. So once the job has been done and the client is actually happy, it's actually a good idea for you to actually ask the client for a testimonial and say, hey, can you please maybe just give me a testimonial to say that you were happy about my work? They can do that in the form of maybe a message that they'll send to you and you copy that message and then later you put it on your website, or maybe they can send you a video just like this, a short one saying, hey, I worked with Marshall, he did my wedding invites, or he edited my video and I loved his work. You then take the testimonial and then you're going to put it on your website and use it for future marketing purposes. So always remember that you need to consider the price of the freelancer. Whatever you're going to be charging the client, sometimes a client can pay you the full money up front. Sometimes the client needs to pay maybe just half down. Whatever they're paying, it needs to cover the freelancer first. You should always have money for the freelancer to be paid. Secondly, you should always consider that there will need to be revisions. Always, if a client asks you how long is the process going to take, you first check with the freelancer how long is their delivery process. If they say their delivery process is 3 days, I usually will tell the client that it's going to take maybe 7 days, just in case this person maybe gets overwhelmed with work or something, and then they take 4 or 5 days instead of the 3 days that they promised. And so that I always make sure that I deliver the work to the client on time. So those are the 4 basic steps that you need to follow, and then you can have a business started and working within the next 24 hours. Now, if you want to take your business to the next level, the next thing that you probably will need to get is a website so that your business runs 24/7 without you necessarily being there to check what's happening, without you necessarily having to be the one who's always talking to people. And so I've got another video that I created and posted right here where it shows you how to make a free drop servicing website, right? I show you the tools that you can use, explain the whole process and everything. You can check out that video. It just explains how to set up a website. It's a very good thing for you to have a website, especially now when you've made a bit of money, you've got some testimonials like I explained, and then you want to put them on your website. And then you're also investing in paid advertising so that you're not taking all your time trying to look for clients, but clients are coming in faster. It's a very much better way to do this type of business. So like I mentioned, I've got a free masterclass where I train people how to actually start this business, and the link is going to be in the description below. But if you feel like, okay, Marshall, I hear what you're saying, and yes, you do have a free masterclass, but I want some actual training from you to show me how to do this, I actually can help you in 2 ways. Firstly, I've got a book that's appearing right here, and this book is basically the template of drop servicing. You can get that book, read through it, and hey, most of the questions that you will have about drop servicing are in that book, and you get every answer that you need so that you can start your drop servicing business as quick as possible. The link is also going to be in the description below, or you can just go to www.yourvarsity.com. And secondly, if you feel like, no, I actually need a video course, I need a video training, something that explains to me the whole process, everything, and you feel like you need mentoring, you feel like you need to have a conversation with me whereby I actually am able to help you and answer all the questions that you have, yes, I actually do have got a mentoring program. It's a paid program. You can sign up for it, and it happens. It runs for a 6-week period whereby I actually meet you over Zoom with a couple of other people. It's group coaching, and then we train you on how to set up your drop servicing business. You jump into that training, you start off with a 0 business, but when you come out of that training, you come out with a full business that's actually making money. So if you're interested in that, I'm also going to put the link in the description below. You can sign up. It's called the 6-Figure Drop Servicing Mastery. And as I speak right now, doors are currently open for the next batch of students who want to come up, and then I'm going to be training them for the next 6 weeks, helping them to start their own drop servicing business. So the link is going to be in the description below. The 6-Figure Drop Servicing Mastery course. Sign up for that today, and I'm going to help you to start your own drop servicing business. All right, so that's drop servicing for you. That's how it works. It's as simple and as easy as that. And yeah, you actually can get started today. If you found value in this video, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Hit that like button to show your support, to show that this is content that you actually found some value in, and that it also will encourage me to know that, okay, this is content that I should continue creating so that people will benefit. Also, feel free to leave me a comment with your questions. If you have got a particular question about how drop servicing works or anything to do with drop servicing, or maybe about the course and the book, just let me know in the comments section. Make sure also that you hit the bell notification and the subscribe button so that you're notified every single time I create content and I post it to YouTube. This will help you to achieve financial freedom, because that's my mission. I'm out to help as many people as possible to achieve financial freedom. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. You might be interested in checking out these other videos here, which will show you other ways of building income online. Otherwise, I'm out. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.